It had to be Joe, right? Again, I don't know what you were expecting. I just watched Wigan 1, Luton Town 0. I feel so bad for I feel bad for all the fans that travelled all the way to Wigan midweek and were treated to that. It was an absolutely atrocious performance. And to be honest, I'm getting to the point where I can literally just rinse, repeat. I can play back the same thing again. But tonight, we're playing a team. They were third from bottom at the beginning of play. New manager bout. I don't believe in that nonsense. I don't believe in it. Third from bottom. They hadn't won at home since early December. And they've played us off the park, especially in that second half. I don't understand what we were trying to do in that game. Performance-wise, style-wise, line-up-wise. So, the line-up. Keeley in goal, there were two changes. So, Naismith came in for JJ. Mengi and Anderson, who actually switched sides. I don't know what that was for. Maybe it was for Anderson to back up Naismith with his searing pace. I honestly don't know. Longwick right back. And then our right back, the right back of the club, Izzy Jones, playing left wing, of course, because that is where you play your right back. He said he likes playing right back. Jack Wilshere said we don't need a right back because we've got Izzy Jones. So, yeah, obviously we play him left wing. Then we had a midfield two of Jordan Clark and Casey Palmer, which simply doesn't work, especially not away from home. Away from home, you got to change it. And I said this last time after the Cardiff loss. Horses for courses. What you got to do is you got to try and set up. And, well, today we set up not to lose, but I guess Wigan weren't really as penetrative as Cardiff were they? But ultimately it was a really poor performance from Luton. And to be fair to Wigan, fair play. You earned your win, but Luton didn't really turn up. But Luton don't really turn up on the road, ever. And someone actually asked me, I'll finish the lineup. So there was Richards, and there was a front two of Cole and Al Hamady. Right. People have been asking me, hey, Ollie, do you think that Luton Town are going to make it into the playoffs, or are the playoffs gone? I said, well, I'll judge it after these 3 games we have against the teams in the bottom 4. Well, a big bagel for the first one against the team in the bottom 4. Dr. Luton are giving them their 3 points. And now Wigan are out of the relegation zone. Fair play, Wigan. It's one of those where sloppiness, just not doing the basics right. Having Jordan Clark and Casey Palmer, it's very obvious that you're going to be playing out from Casey Palmer, but Jordan Clark was virtually anonymous there. It's just worth having that extra body, that extra defensive midfielder. I understand that there was a massive outcry. We need to go 2 up top. Does it really matter? It doesn't matter at all when you cannot service those 2 up top, and then you're trying to do all this modern day St George's Park wanky football where one is playing as a false 9, running the channels, the other one is up top completely isolated. And Al Hamady, I think he puts himself about more than Jerry Yates. I don't know if he's match fit, but regardless of whether you're match fit or not, you should be able to do the basics like controller football. The only person that really comes out, well, the only 2 people that come out with any credit from tonight, Devante Cole. I heard it on the radio on my way back from my dad's that he didn't look up for it. To be honest, I think he was probably one of the more up for it people, but Al Hamady wasn't on the same wavelength, wasn't on the same planet, wasn't even in the same galaxy as Devante Cole tonight. Those 2, they just couldn't link up. And Tedamengi. I thought Tedamengi was good. To be honest, at times he was holding that entire defensive unit together by himself. In the second half, Longwick he looks like a Virgil van Dijk impersonator. Well, tonight he was impersonating a football player. He was playing on a rugby pitch and he was launching himself into rugby challenges, like full body charges. It was honestly surreal. I'll quickly get the goal out of the way. It was an absolute clusterfuck at the back. Mads Anderson, who somehow was losing aerial duels to Joe Taylor. Him and birthday boy, happy birthday, Cal Naismith. Him and birthday boy Cal Naismith just sort of making a hash of clearing a routine big ball over the top. Makes a hash, and then the ball comes straight over. Joe Taylor's run off Mads Anderson because Mads Anderson is so super duper fast. And he's in. And that was a tidy finish. It's a finish that I wish our strikers were capable of doing. And then the goal happens in the 73rd minute. And we've prepared a triple change. Obviously, we brought on goal machine Naki Wells to try and get a goal back. But for some reason, all the changes are held back for another 10 minutes. I honestly don't know what we were trying to do there. If you want to make a change, you got to do it as soon as possible so you can try and affect the game. But ultimately, in that second half, we offered the sum of fuck all. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was, why do we even bother turning up to these away games? Because we're not actually putting anything, we're not putting any effort out on the pitch. So we might as well just not turn up, take a 3-0 beating, like by forfeiting the game, and just not bother with it. Because I don't see anything from the team that shows that they even want to be there. And Izzy Jones coming out and saying, oh, the attitude's not good. Well, you got to correct that in-house. Where are the leaders? Where are the leaders say, your attitude stinks? It's all very well coming out and saying it. We've heard this time and time and time and time again. Everyone comes out and says, oh, something's not right. Well, Gary Sweet disagrees because he's been saying it for a long time. Or you might not like what you're seeing on the pitch, but you better believe what they're doing over on that training ground. Woo-wee! That is absolutely top-notch fantastic. Wow. Well, I'm just fed up. I'm fed up of seeing this team who, if they have any real aspirations of getting in the playoffs, you need to be beating the team that are third bottom. Simple as. No disrespect to Wigan. None whatsoever. You deserve that result tonight because Luton Town simply didn't turn up, and you can only beat what's in front of you. And they were playing an incompetent footballing side, and they did what was necessary. Fair play. First game in charge of Gary Caldwell. He set them up and got the job done. They defended well. They took their chance when they had it. But that game was absolutely woeful. It was terrible. Right. There's really not much to talk about. So I'll start grabbing some. Where's my mouse gone? Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Let's start grabbing some. Have I got battery on this mouse? I don't know. Right. Whoa. Okay. I'm struggling with this. So let's see if I can do that. No. Technical difficulties. It wouldn't be an okay football show without technical difficulties. Okay. Right. Let's see what people are saying. Good evening to everyone watching. I actually have no idea how many people are watching, but good evening to everyone. Dr. Luton will see you now. The Grim Reaper. Yes, exactly. A lot of people there are very upset. Rob Walker, absolutely pathetic again. Sack Wilshere, he's been useless. Sweet also needs removing from his position. Couldn't have said it better myself. He needs to be removed from the entire footballing side, in my opinion. The football speaks for itself how bad it is. Power Court, though, who knows how bad that is? Could be absolutely terrible, you know, considering how badly the football side is run right now. Some things are just too big for certain people. Who would have thought a middle manager from Siemens would be able to undertake a massive £250 million commercial project? Not me. I certainly didn't think that someone like that would be able to undertake such huge projects. Super Mickey Chow, again, far too sloppy, especially Longwick. A lot of people going in for Wilshere as well. It's not his fault that he's naive and immature. I said it after I met him. I got a very immature vibe from him. And essentially, these people, these former players who have been there, done it, got the T-shirt, they think everyone, I think it was Pete A said it on one of our phone-ins. You know, it's like Hoddle when he was at Swindon. If you're the best footballer there, you just assume everyone else will be able to do what you can do. Clicker sticking a corner straight out epitomised the whole match for me. Yeah, that was absolutely piss poor. Super Mickey Chow, we could have 5 at the back, 5 in the middle, and 3 up top and still not win away. Yeah, because you can't create the chances. Like, we are really struggling there. Luton Town fans, Wilshere is an abysmal manager. He does not deserve to start next season as manager. It'll be a waste of time to give him the summer transfer window. Oh, well, you think Wilshere actually has any input into who we sign? It's all the recruitment team, isn't it? Mike Thomas, 5,400. Even the GDL, the Gary Defence League, are running out of excuses for this absolute shit show. To be honest, when I get into bed, I'm going to scroll through Outlaws and see what the GDL have to say. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of angry fans, and quite rightly so. I feel for anyone that went tonight. Genuinely. Simon Wright, J6L, lack of positive reaction once 1-0 down was damning, speaks volumes. That right there, that is a good point. There was no urgency, no direction, and it looked as if they didn't even know they were 1-0 down. It was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Kelly Barber, 1099. Still waiting for Jack's moments. Yeah. Well, you know what? You can't even say that because there were no moments today. I think Casey Palmer had a free kick. A lot of debate whether that foul on Izzy Jones, our left winger, who you know is our right back, whether that was a penalty or not. It wasn't a penalty. It was on the line. It was close, but you know, so what? You know, we've had 11 penalties this season. I think we've only scored like 4 or 5. We got a terrible conversion rate. When are we going to buy a striker? We bought strikers. This is the most expensively assembled squad in Luton Town's history. And it is money. Money that has been pissed up the wall, sprayed up the wall. I said it to Gary Sweet. Anytime we spent more than £1.5 million on a player, it's sprayed up the wall. And to be honest, that number is going down and down and down. We used to be able to get bargain basement signings. And now we can't even do that. It just shows how crucial Nathan Jones was. It was in the recruitment. Yeah. Right. I've had enough. Look, the highlight for me tonight from the game was the pre-match curry I had with my dad. I had a chicken jalfrezi, pilau rice, a couple of onion bhajis, and a garlic naan. For me, that was as good as the night got. It was shit after that. The football was shit. And to be honest, it was a real hard slog to watch that game. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. And yeah, normally I'd stay on here for half an hour, but it's late. The football's pissed me off, and I'm gonna get to bed because I got work in the morning. Right, everyone, we got the midweek catch up tomorrow. Hopefully, a bit more happy. It won't be because football's so bad, isn't it? I'm sure we got a home performance to warm the cockles, though, don't we? That's the only place we actually do turn up. But playoff dreams are over, and I'm not even on that cycle of, you know, lose a game, oh, it's all over, win, we're so back. We are not going to make the playoffs because while our away form is as abysmal as it is, there is no chance. You cannot do it on home form alone. You need to avoid defeat away from home. Not you know, you can't win home and away. Just avoid losses, draws, maybe a win once every 4th game or something. Just avoid the losses. Because right now we could have closed the gap to 6th place because Huddersfield have been choking recently. We could have closed the gap to 6th place to 1 point. But it's never going to happen because you can't do it on home form alone. And we've had one good home performance in the last 18 months. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's all a load of bollocks. Right, we'll be back with the midweek catch-up tomorrow evening. I'll probably set it up now. or tomorrow afternoon. But everyone, thank you very much for getting involved. Take care. Have a good evening. And most importantly, come on, you Hatters.